Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, see, can.
Giannis Antetokounmpo to Amakyo. Back to Sengkak. Back to Tai Chi. And go to Turf City. Alright, let's go.
Welcome back to another episode of Sneaker Tribe, the practical sneaker review. My name is Charmaine, and together with me is my co-host PK.
Yo, what's up, Sneaker Tribe? On this show, we'll be reviewing the hottest sneakers in town.
That's right. So do stay tuned for more. Also, do follow our social media if you haven't done so. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below what you'd like to see from us. Today we have a special guest, so let's welcome him. Ned, can you tell us more about yourself?
Hey Charmaine, hey PK. What's up everyone? I'm Coach Nat. Thank you so much for inviting me here in Sneakers Tribe. Wow. Alright guys, I'm Coach Nat and I'm currently a full-time coach here in SG Basketball. I started playing in the Philippines, NCAA, University of Perpetual, represent. Alright, and then after that I went to Malaysia. Internationally I coach. Okay, after that went to Singapore, and then now I'm a full-time coach here in SG Basketball. Alright, and I'm a sneakers lover. That's why I'm here today, guys.
Nat, thanks for coming down today. Do you know what shoe that we're going to review?
By the looks of it, it's Nike Zoom Freak 3 by Giannis Antetokounmpo.
This guy's a magician.
Let's see.
Let's take a look.
Hold up! Before we continue, let's watch some highlight clips of Giannis Antetokounmpo.
The pace, though, in the second half has been to the liking of the Los Angeles Clippers. Wow.
Zubats got blocked on the dunk. Giannis shaking his head.
He scores. Yeah, so that's an unfortunate break for the Lakers.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, oh, Alex trying to go down the middle. He gets knocked down.
Just an adversity will be just what this team needs at this point.
Another pick for the Bucks. They've been great. Anticipating passes. Giannis Antetokounmpo and one. Giannis downhill. Slams it home. And the Bucks lead by 3.
And that's Giannis for you. So Ned, what do you think about him?
Well, Giannis is the reigning Finals MVP because their team got the championship, okay, in NBA World Championship 2021, all right, and also he got back-to-back MVP, all right, and together with Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and him, they actually impact and change basketball. Why? These three are all-rounded players. You know, they can play any position in playing basketball. So it doesn't matter how big, how tall you are right now. Okay, you can play all positions. How they show the world that it can be done. Alright, so yes, that's Giannis for me.
Interesting.
Yep. In addition to what Nat just said, Giannis himself also has won awards like Most Improved Players Award. He has also won Defensive Player of the Award. And in fact, he's the only player other than after Michael Jordan to have won both MVP and Defensive Player of the Year awards.
Wow.
Yeah.
Without further ado, let's check the shoes.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's check it out.
This is the new technology. Very light. All right. I observed, PK, that this technology is applied in all the shoes. Yeah, and then this technology actually prevent players from what? Spraining. All right. So as you can see, right, almost 80%, I'm not sure about the percentage, guys, but almost all the shoes that I got have this kind of technology already. Why? Because it's very helpful for spraining. Yeah, so, and also, how many colorways they have in these shoes?
I believe currently they have 2 colorways that is released. But there's also upcoming colorways.
Is it a black? black
Yeah,
and this one.
that's right.
What color is this? Crimson Bliss, I heard.
Yes.
But for me, it's like an orange.
For me, it looks more like a salmon color.
Yeah, we can fry it
Yeah.
later. All right, and also, yes, because of Giannis, he can play all around. Okay, I guess it is also designed, okay, that way. Okay, because he likes to do Euro step. Okay, and then I saw also they put zoom air here. Okay, zoom air usually is for the absorption of shock. Okay, if you're playing, and also they put a lot of curves here because they studied how Giannis played. Okay, and he always shift around. Okay, he's shifting because he can play all rounded. Okay, they also make sure that his knees, his ankles is protected. So this technology is really good. Okay, it's based on Giannis, the reigning Finals MVP. What can you say, PK, Charmaine? Let's fry it.
For me, I really like this color because my favorite color is pink. So it really kind of looks like pinkish to me. And one thing I find really interesting about this shoe is that when you open like this card up, the back of it is the name of all his family members.
Wow.
I think it's really very interesting and very unique. I haven't seen any design like that before.
Yes, and all his family members is got a championship
NBA
ring.
champions.
Right. Wow. It's a
Yeah.
family of champions.
Correct, and of course, if you look at the other side, it doesn't have the same thing. It actually says, "I am my father's legacy." So
Wow.
this is
Wow.
what Giannis wrote inside. Yep, and of course, when you look at the back of the shoe, you can also see what you see here, his jersey number and his
34.
logo. Yeah,
Wow.
34.
Yep.
And of course, the reverse Nike ticks on the shoe itself.
Inverted Nike.
Inverted.
Yes. Wear a Nike Zoom Freak 3, guys. Looks comfortable. Okay, so I usually play a lot. So yeah, and I like this kind of design, kind of low cut. I'm not a fan of high cut. High cut for me is for like going outside. Yeah, I'm kind of. But in the games, low cut will be fine with me. Okay, especially now I'm getting heavier. Yes. So, but I still like playing, training. Yes, and one of my favorites is like Giannis shoes because also this is almost the same as Kyrie 6. You remember Kyrie 6?
Yep.
There's also a strap like, okay. I think the strap really helps for securing your feet. Okay, so I think this is very good. And also, I saw KD, the new KD 14, also it designed as a strap.
Yep.
Okay, and then yes, I think that this is good. Is a good technology that they applied it, yeah, for more comfort of active players, yeah, and as well as non-active, yes. And then I really like the technology right now because of the cushioning. Okay, now last time, we have the same era where we played Jordan 1's, Converse.
Yep.
You see the
Indeed.
technology last time we just very played.
Yeah,
And
it's true.
A lot of injury. Yes.
Yeah, in fact, I think based on this shoe itself, the comfort level, like what Nat said, is very different from what we used to have in the old days. Yes, and of course, yeah, all the modern technology in it has made it a very versatile and also a very good shoe to maneuver in, as we can see from how Giannis performs.
Without further ado, let's move on to the functionality test.
Yo, sneaker try. So I had a chance to try on this pair of shoes firsthand, as you can see. In terms of looks, excellent. I would say that it's a very, very good looking pair of shoes. And of course, firsthand comfort, I would say that it is almost perfect. Just for, I would say that it did not offer as much support at the back as I would hope that it would. And in terms of lateral movements and jumping, it's pretty good. I would expect the air zoom unit to provide a little bit more cushioning. Yeah, that would be my biggest gripe in this pair of shoes, I would say. And in terms of the feet, I'm a US 9.5 and this is just the right fit for me. But for people with narrow feet, maybe you would like to try on half a size smaller, because for me, my feet tend to shift a little bit on the forefoot, so not perfect in that sense. Okay, or maybe a thicker pair of socks. I'm not wearing exactly a pair of sports socks today, so maybe a better pair of socks might help in terms of the feet. Yeah, and overall, I would give it, in terms of our grading system, I'll probably give it a Pro or All-Star. Yeah, maybe in between the two. Yeah.
I think for the suitability of players, okay, Giannis can play all-rounded, but for some, they have specialized, like they are a center.
Yeah.
So sometimes they don't like mid-cut or low-cut. They want high-cut, to protect more on their ankles, not to get injured. Okay, so some prefer that way, but I don't really prefer that way. Yeah, but some prefer high cut to further protect their ankles. Okay, so I think that's the people that will not buy the shoes. Yeah, so for range of players that versatility, can play all around, or point guards, this is for the shooting guard for almost 1 to 4 players. What do you mean by 1 to 4? From guard to forward, to power forward. Okay, maybe center, so. Okay, for me it's a preference. Yes, as a player, I prefer this kind of shoes. Okay, that I'm gonna use in a real match. Yes. How about you, Charmaine, PK?
So for me, I think this shoe itself is very similar to a shoe that I wore before, which is a pair of KDs. And so in terms of the cutting, is sort of a little bit of a mid cut, I would say, not exactly fully low cut. And I would say most players, even NBA players, when they play professionally, when they wear low cut to mid cut shoes, they will usually do taping, a lot of taping. So it doesn't really affect them that much. And being very mobile, more mobile in a low cut or mid cut shoe is actually helps their game. Yeah. So I do like this type of shoes when it comes to choosing performance shoes. Yeah.
So Nat, how much do you think this pair of shoes costs?
Reigning MVP Giannis, I would say 200 plus easily.
Well, you're very close. This pair of shoes is actually retailing for $199 SGD. And of course, after Giannis wins MVP and the championship, most likely his next shoe will be 200 plus, I would say. That's what Nike always does. Nike.
Where do you get the shoe?
Well, actually, we got this pair of shoes right off the rack from Limited Edition, who is our sponsor for this pair of shoes. Yes.
Oh wow! I should go down to LE today.
Yep. In fact, if you go down to LE to get this pair of shoes, after watching this video, you will actually get a 20% discount.
Oh man, that's a value for money.
Yep, indeed.
Okay, so Nat, now we'll be moving on to the overall ratings. So over here, we have 5 different ratings, starting from 1, amateur, 2, college, 3, pro, 4, all-star, and number 5, MVP.
So the highest 5.
Yes,
All right, let's
that's
go.
right. Okay, so we'll start off with the price first.
I go with 5.
Ooh, what about the looks?
4.
Comfort?
4.
Purpose?
5.
How about the overall rating?
For me, it's around 4.5.
Wow,
Nice.
and that's Nike Zoom Freak 3 for you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nat, for coming down to the show today.
Really appreciate you coming.
Yeah. Would you like to do the honors of closing this episode?
Sneakers Tribe, the practical sneakers review. Guys, if you like this content, please like, subscribe, share, or comment below. And see you next time. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Bye.
Bye. Before we go, as usual, we're going to show you a sneak peek of the next pair of sneakers that we're going to look at. And here it is.
Ooh, looks like Adidas.
Yep, indeed.
So stay tuned for next week's episode.